This past Thursday on Amazon Prime Football, the Detroit Lions faced off against the Green Bay Packers for the second time this season in what can only be described as an insane back-and-forth affair. To put it more eloquently, it was some crazy shit. The Giga Chad Lions came roaring out of the gate with a David Montgomery touchdown, which, by the way, I missed because Google told me that the game was supposed to start at 8:30, but when I pulled up the Bronze stream at 8:30, it was already 7-0, and it's like the 8th time that's happened to me this season. Sidebar, why don't football games ever start when they say they're going to start? I don't have time to sit in front of a friggin' TV screen in the hopes that maybe a football game will come on. I got very important shit to do. I'm an adult now. But I digress. The Packers didn't do shit with the ball the entire first half because the Lions defense locked up. Normally, that's nothing new because defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn had this defense sitting at second in opponent points allowed per game, and the defense was playing just as well this time around. For the first half, that is. The second half started out with a quick Packers touchdown and then an interception thrown by my glorious King Jared Goff that led to another Packers touchdown to give them the lead. My Pookie Bear Jared Goff then fucked around and threw a touchdown on 4th and goal to Tim Patrick to take back the lead. The Packers get the ball, don't do shit with it, and give it back to the Lions. Then Tim Patrick catches a ball on 3rd and 6 that looks like it's good enough for a first down, but the refs are schemers, so they marked it just short after they said it was good. So the Lions only have a yard to go on 4th down, but they're on their own 31-yard line. You think they'd punt it, right? Wrong. They go for it, and don't get it. The Yellow Homos then take the ball and almost immediately score a touchdown, and practically everyone watching the game is looking to the sideline and wondering, what the fuck, Dan? But Dan Campbell does not give a fuck, because Dan Campbell has big, gigantic balls and he do what he want.
I don't go to school and I kill people. Whatever, I do what I want.
Leading yet another drive down the field, my guardian angel Jared Goff throws another Tim Patrick touchdown to take a 3-point lead, and the Fudge Packers take the ball down the field, but this time, they can't punch it into the end zone because they're gay, so they kick a field goal to tie the game with only a few minutes left to go. The Goffense, with the ball back in their hands, moves effortlessly down the field with some beautiful throws from rightful MVP Jared Goff, capped by a 17-yard reception by Amon-Ra St. Brown that looks like it should be good enough for a first down, but is again marked short by Mahomes' pet zebras. The Lions hand it off to David Knuckles Montgomery, who is yet again marked short of first down even though he definitely got that shit. So now it's 4th down with 43 seconds left to go in the game. The Green Bay Gaylords use their final timeout to stop the clock, and the Lions are sitting pretty just outside the red zone. Every other coach in the country from Rec and Ned through college and into the pros would kick this field goal and try to stop the Packers on defense to end the game. But there's a difference between every other coach in America and Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell has big, massive balls. The Lions offense lines up to take the snap. I'm sitting there saying, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, because I know there's zero chance they don't take this snap. But apparently, the Packers defense didn't get the memo. Undisputed MVP Jared Goff takes the snap, gets tripped by his own lineman, but somehow manages to hand the ball off to Monty, who runs for a 7-yard gain. The Packers defense, who allegedly stopped him just to play before, were slow on the draw this time because they seemed to think that the Lions were trying to get them to jump off sides. But they somehow didn't notice Dan Campbell's big, massive balls even though they're visible from outer space, so they were totally unprepared for the Lions to, actually snap the ball on 4th down like they did 4 times before then. The Lions then ran the clock down and Master Bates kicked his 3rd game-winning field goal of the season, and the Packers went home in despair. This game was different than all the others. The entire narrative surrounding the Lions was that their defense wouldn't be able to hold up because they had 15 defensive players ruled out for the game, and 12 are on fucking IR. 12! There are only 11 guys playing on defense at a time. You could practically make a whole fucking defense out of all the players who didn't play for this game. Lions GM Brad Holmes even had to sign a guy from the Broncos practice squad, and that still wasn't enough. There were reports of this man wandering the streets of Detroit, questioning every mildly athletic person in the vicinity if they were willing to play football on Thursday. They gave Aaron Glenn a couple of DBs, some practice squad players, and a bag of chips and told him to make it happen, and he did! That narrative has been quieted for now. The Lions handled business against a playoff team to stay on top of the NFC at 12-1 and clinched a playoff berth in the process. Nobody can question the legitimacy of this Lions team, unlike some other teams who shall not be named. This win is all thanks to Dan Campbell and his big, massive balls. As a Lions fan, I'm all here for it. It's a great day in America when the Lions win, because when the Lions win, America wins. The Detroit Lions are America's team.